Always ask for ID. Don't be afraid to look at their ID. There should be a telephone number on the back of anyone's ID that you can phone to check who they are. If you didn't ask them to attend your house or where you live, don't answer the door.
Hello and welcome to the Cost of Living newscast from Kent County Council. In this episode, our journalist Elizabeth Matsangu is speaking to Trading Standards Officer Neil Butcher and Operations Manager for Trading Standards Clive Phillips about the risks of cold callers and how to steer clear of doorstep criminals. For more advice and tips, click the subscribe button below, follow Kent County Council's public protection or business advice accounts on social media, or sign up to receive scam alerts or business bulletins by email. Links below.
Hi, Clive and Neil. Thank you for joining us today. So, Neil, could you start off by telling us, why do people fall for scams generally?
Scams are run by highly organised criminals, and we are all vulnerable due to the cost of living crisis, and that will affect our decision making. Scammers, fraudsters, are trained to con, trick, and lie to us, whether by text, call, or email. They will insist it is urgent and that you respond straight away, and it doesn't give you time to think like you would normally do. They will pretend to be from a recognised business or agency, police, your bank, or an energy supplier. If you don't know them and you didn't ask them to call, phone, or text you, don't give them your money, hang up, delete any messages, etc.
And what types of scams are people likely to fall for during the cost of living crisis?
Texts or emails, as I said earlier, from your fake energy supplier, that you're going to get a refund from them or a rebate. Could be a fake government grant for things like solar panels, loft insulation, cavity wall insulation, everything that you see in the news at the moment about all these energy saving schemes. They could ring you or text you for a home visit to come round and look at your current insulation or your home heating costs, with the intention of coming to see you, to pressurise you and not leaving until they've got a sale.
Clive, what types of work do doorstep criminals offer to do for people?
Doorstep criminals will do anything to get your money, basically. They won't focus on a particular area of work. They might well start by saying, we do your driveway, we do your roof, we do your garden, but at the end of the day, they'll turn their hand to anything to just get your money. That's the main thing they're there for, is just to take your money off you, to defraud you.
So what should people look out for when someone comes to their door?
The most important thing is just say no to cold callers, and just treat people knocking on your door with suspicion. Unfortunately, we live in those times. And but if you do agree to have work done, then consult with your family members and friends. We always say get 3 quotes. Trading Standards in Kent run a Trading Standards check scheme where we vet traders. People can go on there and choose a vetted trader. But the most important thing is just say no to cold callers.
And what are the consequences of having work done by doorstep criminals?
The work will tend to be significantly overpriced. The work will always be bad, sometimes dangerous, unsafe. You'll have no recompense if something goes wrong and you try to contact that person. They've just disappeared, and they won't come back and put any of the work right. If they do come back, it's probably just to take more money from you.
How do doorstep criminals present themselves to members of the public?
So a doorstep criminal will purport to be a legitimate trader. Sometimes they will have paperwork. They may have a uniform and a sign-written van, and they will pretend to be professionals. They will pretend to know what they're talking about, but generally they've cold called you. You weren't expecting them. They come out of the blue. They're good with words. They have the gift of the gab. They can persuade you that your roof needs doing. They can tell you that a tile has fallen down when it hasn't. They'll be very persuasive, and sometimes they can be quite aggressive, particularly with vulnerable members of the community.
And what type of pressure tactics might they use?
Aggressively standing in front of somebody. Sometimes they start work without permission, so they might dig your driveway up without your permission, which is criminal damage. And then you'll be left with no other choice but to get them to do the work. They may use scare tactics such as your roof is going to fall down and come crashing down around your ears. So people get scared and think, oh, I just want it to be done. I want it to be done now. I don't want to wait for someone to do it. They may take you down the bank, force you to take money out, down to the cash point. They can be quite aggressive. They use tactics such as pretending that they need to make money to feed their family, that their family members are ill. It's all just a ruse, it's all lies, just to take your money at the end of the day.
Do they have things like business cards and leaflets so as to present themselves as legitimate tradespeople?
Even Dorset criminals will have leaflets. They may have invoices. The invoices and leaflets may look professional. They may have booklets with pictures of work they've done, or supposedly done, but for somebody else. But it's all tricks of the trade. It's all articles in use and fraud. They're all designed to make you believe that they're a legitimate company or a legitimate business. Well, in fact, it's all just put together just to secure your business and take your money.
Neil, what should people do if they fall for a scam?
Most importantly, you must tell your bank if you've given any financial information. Keep an eye on your bank statements. If you see anything on there that's unusual, again, contact your bank immediately. Change passwords and do not have the same password for everything. Change it. The other thing that you need to do, report it to Crime Stoppers or the Citizens Advice Consumer Helpline. So make sure you do all those things. Now, most of the banks have signed up to what they call the contingent reimbursement model. So this sets out the circumstances when the bank will refund money you have lost due to a scam. Now, again, really important thing here. If you feel threatened, you must report this to the police and call 999. The other thing that you must do is contact victim support. You can get free, confidential help from victim support if you have been affected by a scam.
Clive, are there any laws in place to protect people from cold callers?
Obviously, if you have work agreed at your home address, you have a 14-day cancellation period, which means 14 days to change your mind, to cancel the contracts. Often a cold caller, a Dorset criminal, will try and start the work straight away. That's an indication of someone trying to defraud you. Obviously, if they give you false information, then you're protected by trading standards laws that they enforce, such as the Consumer Protection from Unfair Trading Regulations. The Fraud Act protects you, and also criminal damage can be caused by them digging up your driveway, for example, without your permission. So yes, there are a number of laws in place to protect people, but what I would say is don't let it get that far. If someone knocks on your door offering to do work, cold calling, just absolutely say no and close the door.
Neil, what's your final piece of advice for our audience today?
If you've got a door chain, make sure you use it. And always ask for ID. Don't be afraid to look at their ID. There should be a telephone number on the back of anyone's ID that you can phone to check who they are. If you didn't ask them to attend your house or where you live, don't answer the door.
We can't take action without your reports. We need everyone who comes across them to speak up and report scams and criminals. Even if you've seen a scam many times before, your reporting can help us target our resources and warn and protect others. If you have information on doorstep criminals, counterfeit, fake or illegal goods, illicit tobacco, loan sharks or underage sales, contact the charity Crime Stoppers on 0800 555 111. You'll stay 100% anonymous, always. To report scams and get advice on consumer issues, call the Citizens Advice Consumer Helpline on 0808 223 1133. Thank you for helping us protect Kent from scammers and criminals.